When it comes to robot vacuums, I have personally came across a number of them actually, but I have only reviewed like 1 or 2 of them on this channel. But I have to say though that the Roidmi Eve Plus robot vacuum is just one of the best robot vacuums that I have came across so far because of its features, its ease of maintenance, ease of use, and also the price point alongside with all of the features that it has to offer. So in today's video, let's unbox it, go through everything that this robot vacuum has to offer, and then let you know my opinion about it. So let's begin. So the Roidmi Eve Plus comes in this humongous box. It's actually quite heavy by the way. And inside here you have the usual stuff like the charging station, the robot vacuum itself, and also some accessories. And these accessories are where things get interesting. So inside here we get a pack of disposable mops, and there's also another cloth mop included if you don't want to use these disposable ones, and then an extra air filter for the robot vacuum and a few more bags for the charging station's dust collection. Now, it's really nice to see Roidmi include all of these accessories in the box so that we can try it out for ourselves to see whether or not we want to use these things. Like for example, the disposable mop. Maybe that's not your thing, but well, since it's included in the box, might as well give it a try. And if that's not your taste, then just pack it in the box and leave it for future use. Maybe you want to give it to someone else and whatnot. But if the disposable mop is your cup of tea, then you can head into Roidmi's official Shopee store and purchase more of these disposable mops. The air filter, the sweeper, and all of the other parts can also be bought on the official Shopee store. Now let's just take a look at the robot vacuum itself. It looks very simple, and the robot vacuum comes with a bunch of useful features, but I think a lot of people will just buy the robot vacuum, plug it in, and start using. But I can't help but to appreciate all of the engineering efforts that went into creating the Roidmi Eve Plus robot vacuum. Because as you can see here, yes, we have the basics like the removable dustbin compartment that also doubles as a water tank for the mopping feature. Yeah, it is a weird combination because personally for me, when I'm filling in the water for this water tank, some of the water will get splashed around and then move into the dustbin compartment. So yeah, that happens, so my dust is wet. But that's beside the point. What I really like here is the ease of maintenance. Nearly everything that moves can be easily serviced. For example, the aforementioned robot vacuum's dustbin can also be easily taken out and have the filter literally washed. Just remember to dry it before putting it back into the vacuum's dustbin compartment. And then comes the sweepers. Now, these two little things is what makes this robot vacuum so effective, because they actually extend quite far out beyond the vacuum so that it can even reach the edges of the wall. But it can't quite get the sharp 90-degree corners, but I'm okay with that. Anyway, these sweepers will definitely have hair get tangled underneath the drive shaft. Don't know if that's what you're gonna describe it. It's where the center of the sweeper is located, the part where it's screwed in. Well, Roidmi did a few things to prevent this from happening. Number one, there's a smaller brush to sweep away dust or whatever from the perimeter so that it wouldn't easily get inside. But in case any hair get tangled underneath that brush, you can easily access the drive shaft entirely by just taking out that one screw. And then the whole sweeper can be lifted up and you can actually replace this. Roidmi sells them on their Shopee store too, which is really nice in terms of longevity of the device. It's just so easy to maintain a Roidmi Eve Plus to the point where I truly appreciate the amount of engineering that went into creating this robot vacuum. Even the rollers are easy to clean, so it's just like any other robot vacuum's roller. You can pop off that mechanism and then take out the entire roller, give it a clean or whatever, but usually that spinning thing, that axis is where the hair will get tangled too. But again, Roidmi thought of that and you can easily remove that part and service it. Hair can be easily taken out of that shaft. And also, if hair get tangled onto the roller mechanism, the roller brush thing, you can use the included hair cutter splicer thing. I don't know what's that called, but it's a tool that is already included inside the charging station's dustbin compartment. Just open the lid and then you can find the tool there. And speaking of that, let's now talk about the dust collector plus charging station. I don't know what's the official name of that, but In terms of construction, it's pretty simple. It charges the robot vacuum and it also sucks up all of the dust from the robot vacuum into this huge bag that is inside the charging station. This bag holds up to 3 liters of volume to be exact. And there's also a tiny little filter at the bottom of the chamber so that dust wouldn't get inside the components. Now enough about that. How is it to actually use the Roidmi Eve Plus? Well, to me, I just find it to be really simple. I paired it with the Xiaomi, the Mi Home app, because I'm already using the Mi Home app to control the UV lights in my room. And once that's done, I just shared that device, the robot vacuum, with other people using the Mi Home app, like my mom, who is also using UV lights in her room, and then she can use the robot vacuum on her own. It's just very simple. The app actually functions just like the Roborock S6 Max V that I've taken a look last time, and the interface is pretty much identical, but when it comes to some other specialized feature like the Y-shaped motion to imitate a person mopping the floor, that is exclusive to the Roidmi Eve Plus. While it does take some time to fully explore all of the features available on the Roidmi Eve Plus, I just set the sweeping suction force to quiet and then set the mopping water to small. So yeah, that's just how I use it, and so far it really cleaned my house really nicely, and I really like how the Roidmi Eve Plus actually performs compared to some other robot vacuums that I've tested at around the same price point. I can only use 2 words to describe the Roidmi Eve Plus. Number 1 is fast and number 2 is precise. Now, looking at how this robot vacuum moves around the house is amazing. All of the furniture fit, it can bend around really nicely, and it can even fit tight gaps that just barely fit itself through. That is just wow! I didn't expect this robot vacuum to slide in such a tight gap. And once the cleaning is done, it will go back to the charging station, empties itself into the charging station's dustbin, and then starts charging itself. And of course, the first time that this robot vacuum is in operation is not gonna be as smooth as the second or third time it's running, because it needs to learn the map, the floor plan of the whole place that it's gonna move in. So that I have to say that the 3D TOF cameras in the Roidmi Eve Plus is doing a fantastic job. It maps out my floor plan accurately, and I'm just very impressed that just one pass of the robot vacuum and it can map out the entire floor plan accurately. Then I can set things like virtual walls, forbidden zones, so that it wouldn't go to suck up my carpet or maybe some of my floor mats and whatnot. Yeah, this robot vacuum is fantastic. And oh, I should also mention that the Roidmi Eve Plus can automatically detect rooms and label them in the map as well. While it's not really that accurate, but I find this to be a really nice feature to have, since that I can make a mental map in my mind that the robot vacuum is seeing this as a separate room, and then I can draw those little areas, the grids, to tell that the robot vacuum should only clean this place, and then I hit start and it will only go to that specific area and clean it up. That's really nice. And technically, the Roidmi Eve Plus does support multiple floor plans that saves into the software, but I'm not gonna take it up upstairs because number 1, I'm lazy, and number 2, it's just quite a hassle to bring it up and down, change the floor plan in the app and whatnot. And so, finally, should you actually buy the Roidmi Eve Plus? I would just go outright and say yes, because for the price of $1,599 for 1-year warranty, you are getting one of the best robot vacuums out there with all of the features that people actually care and use, alongside with the ease of maintenance, that is very important, and also widely available spare parts. Yeah, everything is sold on Roidmi's official Shopee store, so you can just buy extras if for some reason your dust bag is fully clogged up and you just want to change to a new one. Maybe your air filter is also clogged up and you want to buy a new one. Maybe your pet tore up that mopping cloth, you want to buy a new one. Everything is available on their Shopee store. They even sell spare parts like batteries, the 3D TOF camera, the bumper sensors, all of those stuff can be bought on their official store as well. But servicing it is another question. But as for maintenance, that is just something that I truly appreciate. The Roidmi Eve Plus is just way too good for its price point, and I have tried some competitor brands with that charging station plus dustbin collection, and it just doesn't perform as well as the Roidmi Eve Plus, even though they are priced at about the same. And this Roidmi Eve Plus alongside with the Mi Home app is just so easy to use that I can just teach my mom, hey, press this button anywhere you are, and then this robot vacuum will start moving and clean the entire house. You don't have to worry anything. And so far my mom is just having so much fun, to the point where she can finally take a break from cleaning the house and rely on this robot vacuum to clean the house only while she can take a rest. That is amazing. So yeah, I highly recommend the Roidmi Eve Plus, and it does take some maintenance, but it's fairly easy to do, and so far I'm just amazed by what Roidmi has to offer with the Eve Plus. So yeah, if you have any additional questions, do leave them down in the comment section below, and we'll answer them whenever we can. And we'll see you next time. Goodbye.